The Whine and Cheese show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion interview series brought to you by Upland Development United and the host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning, the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved, contains content not suitable for anyone.
Hello and welcome to Season 1, Episode 11 of the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses show. I'm BEN68 and today Morecheese and I spoke to our first returning guest, Colosimo, and his co-conspirator, TeddyPig, who are in the foundationary stages of a very cool looking NFT venture called BRiX with an X Society.
We talked to Colosimo and TeddyPig about the things they've been doing since we last talked and the project they're working on now. We looked over and dissected their roadmap to see where they are now and where they're heading. And finally, talked about the artwork and artists associated with their project.
So grab your bricks and get ready to huff and puff along to another super shitty episode
of the worst show ever.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese.
One is a wanker, one's slinging stunts. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Whine and Cheese, episode 11.
You made it.
We made it. This is pretty good. Worst show ever. We have Colosimo back with TeddyPig to kind of catch up, see what he's been up to. And also he has something new to share with us. So excited to hear more about that. And you know, all the details that come with that. But until then, Ben and I have to do our spiel. You just got to put up with it. That's just
Absolutely. Do you remember what episode Colosimo was on? It was early, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I think, so it was Lil, it was Human. He might have been the third one.
Yeah, it was early on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be cool to get an update, see what's been happening.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out his NFT. I'm in the process of doing our Uplando, which is coming along great.
Yep.
So we'll
and
see about
we
that.
We talked about that last week, that you're going to do some progress shots. And what have you sent me so far? Have you sent me 3?
I sent you 3.
Yeah.
So you could kind of like get the kind of process it takes to come up with what I come up with. It looks scary at first, but then it starts kind of looking a bit more like the end destination.
We had Uplando in the UDU team meeting this morning and we were discussing it a little bit, and he had a bit of a nervous smile on his face when we were discussing what it was going to be. So yeah, he still doesn't know. We still haven't dropped any hints. So
I'm sure he's excited.
And you're going to be a busy lady because we're pushing this episode out as like a kind of special midweek episode. So you're going to have the Uplando one to finish, this one to do, and then there's going to be the regular one too. Oh my gosh, we're working you to the bone over here.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
All righty, what are we into, Cheese? What do you got for us this week?
So I heard from a bird that Discord is looking into kind of marrying crypto into their server, like Ether and NFTs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't liking it. I'm gonna say something unpopular. Like I'm sure these are granola eating people.
That's what it was. We were trying to think of what I was going to say. It was something to do with that.
I told you were going to remember.
But what was it? Before the Udo meeting, we were talking about this loosely. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah. So can you read the headline? Have you got the headline there from the article?
I do.
Because it's just classic clickbait headline.
Oh, yeah. Discord Nitro users start canceling subscriptions en masse as
Yeah.
CEO teases Ethereum and NFT integration.
Yeah. So basically, what that's saying is that the CEO of Discord has dropped this little hint, which it had, if I'm remembering correctly, it had the Discord logo with the Ethereum logo, and people are blowing up and they're canceling their subscriptions. And we talked about how this is an inevitability. All of these major social media companies, they're all going to head into NFTs in the metaverse. It's going to happen whether people like it or not. And it comes back to the old days where the people with their horse and buggies on the roads, get your damn cars off the road. What is this shit? That's what it was. Yeah.
Your cars are disturbing my horses.
Yeah.
What are these people gonna do when everything is crypto? What are they gonna go into a cabin in the woods with a shotgun?
Yeah. I don't know what it's from a movie, I think. Oh no, it might actually be The War of the Worlds. Firing arrows against a tornado or something was the analogy. That's basically what they're doing. It's whether you like it or not, this is happening. And I've even had, I forget where it was. It was somewhere, it might have been in my Facebook, just the Facebook feed, and it was a loose acquaintance that I'm still friends with on there had mentioned, has anybody heard about this metaverse stuff? And I know that person has nothing whatsoever to do with the crypto space or anything like that. So, yeah, it's getting out there, baby.
It's getting out there. And speaking of crypto being everywhere, so I'm delighted to share that I saw my very first Facebook crypto advert from Burger King.
Yes, you did share that with me. Now, what's the details there?
So I read into it. You have to basically order online. You have to have an account with the Burger King. And it's participating Burger King. So you got to make sure the place you go to has this kind of advertised on it. And if you make
the different franchises and whatnot.
So they have their own rules or whatnot. And purchase of $5 or more, they kind of have this agreement. They worded it so that we're not in partnership with Robinhood, but they have an agreement with them that you get this code and you kind of like input it and you see if you want any crypto. And as corny as it sounds, I think it's amazing. I think it's a great tactic, and I hope to see this more. Like something like this as an investor makes me happy. Like especially, what I'm doing in Upland with all my McDonald's and Burger Kings. Like they have stuff like that. You land on one of their stores, you can get free coupon codes for stuff. Oh my God, it's endless. And then they'll be getting revenue with the visitor fees if they ever go that route. Contact me, McDonald's, Burger King, Subway, freaking. So
you can hook them up with a package deal.
I'll give you a deal. Let's make it work. Let's make this work. But yeah.
And we did talk about that loosely in one of the UDU meetings several months ago, where we talked about how, especially with the whole NFT side of things, like we know that McDonald's, I assume it comes from America, where McDonald's has this big monopoly campaign and all that sort of stuff. Now, it's these kind of scratchies or flip the card kind of thing to find out where you've won. Well, you can very easily see that transferring over to the NFT space. I remember we were talking about, but how's that going to work when you get Joe Blow, who's earning whatever it is, $6 an hour on minimum wage, working the night shift cleaning? Well, he's going to rummage through and scan all the QR codes and do the bolt and clean up. So it'll be interesting to see.
Then he goes to jail. Are you mean people who throw away their food and the code is in there, or you mean the worker?
Well, I could see both happening. I could see people who have no idea about it and just chuck their stuff in the trash, and I could absolutely see dumpster divers getting in there and scanning all those codes.
If you're gonna dumpster dive for NFT stuff, then you deserve it.
Yeah.
And that's going above and beyond. Like if you're gonna take something that someone else threw away and gain from it, I'm all for it. For it. Go dumpster dive that NFT crypto.
Yeah, but originally we were talking about like the employee going in and, you'd have a stack of whatever, it might be your Happy Meal boxes or whatever it is. Like they might have a stack and they might pre-scan all the QR codes. Yeah.
Oh, I think you can't, you have to scratch the, to reveal the code, you have to scratch.
Yeah, that might be a way around it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, it's definitely that's where it's heading. I mean, it's like I said, it's you got these old people in their horses and buggies complaining that the Ferrari's pulling up to do a drag race. Yeah, that's going to happen whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and I mean, like, now's the time to get into it. Now's the time to start getting in where you could learn with other people. Like, you never know, a year down the line, you and me are gonna be like, oh, look at these new people trying to get in, ha ha ha.
Yep. Well, it's funny. Like, I started Upland as a metaverse, as an example. I started in Upland in January 2020. When I got in, I was looking around on the map and clicking on explorers, and I could not believe that there was people that already had their net worth as 1 million, 3 million. I just thought that just blew my mind. Like I remember it would have been Telegram at the time. I put a post up saying, did I miss out on some giveaway or something? They're like, I just couldn't fathom that people had put, $5,000 into this game sort of thing. Now, I kind of snowballed into it and got deeper and deeper and more heavily involved and ended up putting a bunch of crypto in there to buy up a whole bunch of San Francisco and Manhattan. And I'm reaping the benefits of that now, nearly 2 years later, on my selling rampage of San Francisco and Manhattan. Now, I think history is going to repeat there with Chicago. That's a tier one, even like these tier 1.5, Santa Clara, all of these, more recent cities. I can definitely see that happening again. And I think that's a kind of snapshot of the metaverse system as a whole, whether it be, the Uplift world or, all these other different projects and that sort of thing.
As much as I love San Fran and New York and had such big feelings for New York since I'm from there, I feel like Chicago is going to be the place to be quite honest, because that's the hub. That's where everything leads to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and it is also like San Francisco was the Genesis city, and we had a lot of the early player base come in, buy a few properties and disappear. Now, once it gets some traction, maybe they'll come back, but we just don't know. But we do know there's a hell of a lot of dead properties in San Francisco, where Chicago, on the other hand, is much more of a new money kind of player base. So, yeah, that'll be interesting.
that'll be really interesting. Just wanted to talk about Uplift. Now, Uplift, right?
Yeah,
All right,
loosely,
so
yeah.
the Minecraft thing. So they have a bunch of servers that you can join with the land, and they haven't had a land sale in a while, but they just recently this past weekend had a land sale. And it was called the Gratitude. And they have two types. They have creative mode, which I actually have land there. Hopefully maybe you and the kids can come over one day to the land and help me create this wine and cheese world. And that's no mobs will hurt you. Then you have the other ones that Nasty Hooks. They film with Jimmy D every so often, where you fight the mobs, you collect stuff, and I think you could even like sell, like you can make money somehow. We need to get Jimmy D on. I think that guy is cool. He's fun to listen to while I'm watching him on video, and I think he would be a great guest on the show. But there's still some packs left from the sale. They just went public yesterday. And there's some going for $225 and some going for $250.
Oh, that's reasonable. I thought they were well into the thousands.
Second market. This is like an actual pack drop. Like, so if you wanted to just kind of like buy it, hold it, and then flip it when something comes out, that'll be cool. But if you want to actually play, like you can buy it, and I believe you can get 1 or 2 people whitelisted on your land to kind of help you build on it. So,
And is this all on wax? Is it a wax-based process, or where are we buying these?
this is on Nifty.
Yeah, yeah.
So I actually have the link
Yeah,
here.
'cause I remember the Nasty Hooks. They did a song that's really cool about the uplift world. Oh,
They play on there with Jimmy D, and it's just so relaxing to just kind of watch. I know I don't know if Driz lives with Bird, but I know Bird has this really cool mushroom house that he kind of hollowed out. Like he had a vine staircase or ladder. He went up there, and then he kind of just hollowed the inside out and made it a nice little house for himself. And you know, they
in
just go
uplift, you
around
mean?
collecting. Yeah, in Minecraft.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's pretty fun. Like if I don't have enough funds to do it. If I did, I would buy one up and whatnot. But I mean, there's still some left there if people are interested.
That's kind of my fear. There's just too many cool projects and not enough time. So,
Yeah.
But no, if you're into that sort of stuff, yeah, definitely check it out.
Now, nothing really to say right now about Tales of the Crypto. I've been busy this week, so I haven't really been able to look into them. You know, they're doing great as usual. Wax Arena. Actually, we were supposed to have a Shikiarada today, and I've been ghosted.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing to do nowadays. The ghost, it's fine, you know, whatever. I wouldn't have minded as much if I wasn't told, yes, I would like to do your show, but instead we have 2 amazing guests.
We do, yep, and we'll get to them very, very shortly. There's just one thing I'd like to pimp out before we head over to them.
That's right.
And
big.
That is the UDU Upland Development United. We've talked about it for a while, and we've finally put the gas in the engine, and we're going to go ahead with a new kind of 1-hour weekly variety show. It's going to be loosely similar to the Whine and Cheese show, but whereas the Whine and Cheese show is focused on here, there, and everywhere as far as, you know, crypto, NFTs, the Metaverses, what we're calling the Upland Mash, you know, the Monster Mash, that'll be, you know, specific to Upland. So, yeah, it'll be a once-a-week show. It is penciled in for Sundays between 12 to 1 p.m. PT. However, we just had an issue with time zones. Apparently, PT's now in daylight saving time, so we'll tweak that out as it comes closer. But yeah, it will be in that kind of Sunday afternoon PT time slot. It'll be about an hour-long show. You know, it'll be totally open to the public, so absolutely anybody will be able to come and jump in and get involved in the madness. Yeah, you know, competitions, giveaways, prizes, special guests, you know, all the fun stuff. So
yeah, I would.
We'll give it a red hot go and see how it pans out.
Yeah, I'd love to see as many people come in as possible. Just kind of like party with us. We're fun. We're hip. We're with it.
And yeah, don't jump in and be a lurker. Jump in and get involved. You know, that'll be half the fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we go. But yeah, keep your peepers out for that. Yeah, I'm sure we'll drop some more information as it all comes together. Now we have got the Nasty Hooks back on board to get another theme song for it. And what else have we got? Oh yeah, Morecheeses. You're working on the artwork and that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, I have to start organizing. I'm busy. My God. Oh, and by the way, people, Nasty Hooks has a live show every Tuesday and Friday in their Discord. Sometimes they go to other Discords, but be sure to check them out. There's going to be one tonight. There's one on Friday. If you need an invite, reach out to Ben and I, and we will be happy to send you an invite.
I just had a thought too, like for the thumbnails and the artwork you're going to do for that, maybe instead of completely the idea we've already discussed, maybe we can reuse some of the pixel art you've already done. Like you've done such incredible work, you know, with Colosimo, Bird. There's the Penguin. There's a whole bunch of these people who are involved in Upland. Maybe we can do like a collage of that. You have your awesome, the panda and all these sort of things. So maybe that could be cool. We just have to reach out and make sure it's okay.
Yeah, true. And I'll slip in Michelle in there somewhere. I had a nice little, what was the name? King Tut?
It was from Iron Maiden. Power Slave was the inspiration. Yeah, kind of Egyptian themed version of our llama Michelle. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, maybe that'll save you a few hours at least. Yeah, because you did what was it? The Metaverse guys. Didn't you do an NFT for them where it was all the Metaverse guys?
Yes.
Could be something like that.
It was a funny photo, and I know Mars really liked it. He told me he really liked it, and they said to make it something that is comedy or something with a villain. And I thought it was pretty fun. Or like a villain. No. All right. A villain doing something nefarious. They used the word nefarious. So basically, I wanted to get all of them in there. And Mars's character is kind of standing there with his arm out. And it was like, this looks like he's taking a selfie. So why not just
wasn't it? He looked like he was giving Rikuri or a hand job in the car or something?
Oh, that was the new one. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I remember that at the time. You're like, I've got to change that. It looks a bit sus. You'll have to post a link to that.
Oh my God.
If there's still some of those available, we'll have to post a link to that into the description for this one because that was a classic.
Oh, I didn't mince it because I don't really have permission to do it's mostly fan art, but I could share it. It's wait, let me share this. It's on my Instagram.
Yeah, I remember. If you hadn't have said it at the time, I wouldn't have even thought of it. But the fact that you said it and then that's all I could see.
You see it?
Yeah, that's innocent enough.
But Rikuri is here, and it's
and he's huge.
That's his superhero self.
Yeah.
That's what is it? Chainwreck, and then there's Left House, there's TD, and then Mars, and it's doing the
Cars rocking, don't come a knocking.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So should we see if our guest is available?
We have Mr. Colo here. We can start talking to him.
We've got one of them. He's finished making his hamburgers.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's way better.
Okay, great.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, do you remember which episode you're on? We were just debating that, whether it was 3 or 4. We know it was early on.
I think it was 3.
Yeah. So that's a few weeks ago now. Can you give us an update? What's been happening since?
So we actually went from running alien world mines to having some people come to us and ask us if we wanted to run our own NFT project. We being TeddyPig and I, who's my partner in the new NFT project that we're doing.
Very cool.
What we did was we haven't closed the speakeasy. It's still open, and I'm working with the guy that owns the alien world lands right now to be able to purchase a few of them, but still keep our mines going. That way people can keep mining. Because people are always going to want wax, and people are always going to want to play Alien World. So we might as well try to get as many communities together as we can.
True. So what made you decide to go from promotion to kind of jumping in with your both feet and whatnot? Do you feel like at this point you made enough networking friends to kind of help guide you along this really difficult path?
You honestly want to know the truth?
Yes.
I just want to know if I can do it or not.
Yeah, that's cool. A challenge is always good. Yeah.
I want to know if I can build a community that can help sustain itself while I'm just overseeing in the background. That's why we're trying to run the setup that we're running. Is we want it to a lot of our stuff to be chosen by our OG members.
Okay.
We want to be as hands off as possible.
I mean, sure, but you
More
know,
of
To an extent. Now we have all of our things that we have planned. We have our roadmap. We have stuff lined up. But I mean, the decisions that can change the way that the community is going, not the way that necessarily the NFTs are going.
all right.
a guiding hand almost. I did see, like, I jumped over to the new server before, and it looks like you were just setting up a kind of governance system as part of that.
We've got TeddyPig is actually doing most of our bots for us. He's actually running the Discord, and I'm doing most of the promotion, which is why I'm guaranteed pretty much to be on any, talking or video that I can possibly get us to.
Yeah, that's
But
good. Like, get the word
He's
out.
got some things set up where it goes through and it's, yeah, I think Teddy Pig and I work really well together. He's more the technical side and I'm more of the going out and talking to everybody.
So I have your roadmap up. I'm gonna actually share it if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So basically, let me just do this and then do that. All right. So basically, we have phase 1, which is mid-November, launch community Discord server, which we pretty much did that today.
Right. We did that yesterday, and we gave the first 24 hours to become an OG member, which you're going to see is going to come into play really, really quickly.
All right. I'm excited about that because I'm an OG member.
Yeah, and Ben is too, actually. You're going to be able to vote to be able to get us to the 100 members that we're going to have in the OG.
Nice.
All right. And then
Yeah, so Cheese happened to send me the link right as I was about to step out for work, and I went to get in there, but the verification was pushing me. It was pushing me offline to log in, and I was on mobile. So I was like, Cheese, I can't do it. So she came through and saved the day for me. So thank you for that, Cheese.
No problem. I was like, I need you there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
that was our one, like, I guess you would say, hiccup is the onboarding. It was designed to be a little tougher just to try to ward out some of the bots. But we're going in and we're revamping it because since we're so small right now, Teddy and I are actually able to go in and do it manually.
Nice. Now, we haven't actually named the project. Do you want to speak to the name of the project and, what the core foundation is all about?
Yeah, well, we're going to be known as the BRiX SOCiETY. It's the first NFTs that we're dropping are going to be called mini BRiX. They resemble Lego men and women. We're going to have roughly 120 different traits, everything from different skin colors to different shoes. There's going to be 10,000 NFTs, and we're actually going to be launching on Luna through Random Earth instead of on ETH, which is going to be a lot different for us because the gas fees are going to be non-existent pretty much. Nice.
Now, just to clarify for people that are listening and can't see, it's BRiX SOCiETY, BRiX.
Yes, and I've got a link for you guys too.
We'll put all that up. Cheese, sorry to cut in there. You were going to speak to the second part of the roadmap?
Yes, phase 2, late November, website is launched. So you guys have a website that you're currently working on that people can go to and kind of see the artwork that your artists are working on and whatnot.
We will have. What we did was before we launched the Discord, we actually went out and bought BRiXSOCiETY.io just for the simple fact of we wanted to make sure we had it, because you guys know if somebody catches wind of your name, they're gonna go buy it. They're gonna buy
Yeah, we know that
website
with
immediately. So
the UDU. We know a certain person who's went out and bought out a whole bunch of them, and then it turns out, oh, it doesn't matter, we'll just use this other one. That turns out better for us. So, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, we wanted to guarantee ourselves that one just because it fits with our name so well.
Yep.
We will be doing like the roadmap says. We'll have YouTube, we'll have Twitch. We're gonna have a large social media presence. Everything's gonna be based on our community. Anything that we win, we're gonna give to our community. We're gonna take a percentage of our secondary sales and actually buy event tickets for our holders.
Oh, that's cool.
But you're going to get to that on the roadmap, and I'll explain that when we get there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got a couple of questions there, but I'll hold off because I'm guessing it's probably going to be touched on. It's a bit too small for me to be able to read it, so over to you, Cheese. We'll get there, I'm sure.
Well, still in phase 2, all right, so late November, somebody goes to the website, what are they going to expect to see?
They're going to be able to see our roadmap. They're going to be able to see all of the previews that we have put out. They're going to be able to see where we've applied to Random Earth, what we've done already with our community, what our future plans are. We're going to really go in depth on, phase 3, 4, and 5 and have a full breakdown instead of just something small like this.
Right,
this
cool.
was just we're not ready to put out all of the information on each phase just because we want to fine tune each one of them.
Yeah.
And that's some of the questions that the OG members are going to get to answer. So once we have the website up and ready, we're going to be able to have some more input from everybody and design the website that way.
All right, that's pretty cool. I like that, getting the pioneers involved. Now moving on to phase 3. I'm liking this so far. I'm getting excited. Mid-December, minting goes live. Now, minting meaning the card drop, or what do you mean by minting goes live?
Minting meaning you'll be able to mint the NFTs. We're actually gonna put the NFTs, they'll be available for purchase on Random Earth.
All right. Now, do you know offhand pricing, or is that something that you're still kind of working on right now and feeling it? Because I remember you mentioned, I don't know if it was you or TeddyPig, and TeddyPig is here, just joined us. Welcome, TeddyPig.
Hello.
There he is.
There he is. And I was talking to TeddyPig, and he was walking me through the whole Luna wallet thing and Luna purchase, and he was telling me how fast the price jumped. So there may be a little more working with the different pricing and whatnot.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're looking at roughly a $200 price point. But that is going to be just the USD connection. So depending on what the cost of Luna is that day is going to determine what it is. But we're figuring it's going to be around 4 to 5 Luna.
All right, which is equivalent to 200 USD.
Right.
All right, so you're going to base it. All right, that's a good way to do it. That way, if Luna jumps up, people won't be paying more.
Right. We want to set that $200 price range just because that's where all of the other blue chip NFTs are at. We're right in the middle. They're either a little above or they're a little below when they first started minting. They either started minting at 0.07 to 0.1 or they did 0.04 to 0.02 ETH, which puts them right in that range of the $200 range. With that price point, though, that's actually going to give us a lot because 20% of the money that's received from the initial sale stays in the community. It's never to leave the community. That's all money that's going right back into NFTs and to development and hiring on a team and continuing to move forward. We don't plan on doing one drop and leaving.
All right. That's good. That's good. So moving on to phase 4. first mint sellout, OG fan perks initialized, event giveaways, and crypto giveaways. So going down this list, OG fan perks initialized, what kind of perks would we be seeing?
So the first thing that the OG members are going to get is the first time that we buy event tickets, the only way that you're eligible is if you're an OG member. It doesn't matter if you're a holder or not, even if we've got 9,000 holders. So if we only have 100 OG members, those are the only people eligible for the events for the first month.
And what kind of, all right, so event giveaways, that's what I've been dying. I've been, like sitting on my hands waiting for Phase 4 to ask
So
you this question.
this is so much fun to me. This was an idea that I thought up and pitched to Teddy, and it was all because I took my son to an event. So all over the world, there's events. There's basketball games, football games, parades, hockey, the opera, Broadway. All over the world, there's these events, right? So what we think is we're going to take a percentage of our sales and our secondary sales, and instead of just donating it to a charity, we're going to put it back into our community in the forms of giveaways, either giving them directly Luna from winning a challenge or something like that that's community based, or whoever wins that challenge is also going to get, basketball tickets or movie tickets or tickets to a play, or depending on how large of depending on how large of an amount is how much we'll be able to spend back on the community.
All right, that sounds good.
So just to give you an idea, the reasoning behind that is a lot of NFTs talk about a utility, and staking the NFT to be able to get a drip or to be able to get some kind of token in return, right?
Yes.
When you do that, then the SEC is going to start getting involved, because then you're paying dividends to your holders, right? So instead, if we're able to give it away as gifts to our holders, to our members, they're gifts for winning an event. They're gifts for they're prizes for winning something. It's not something that is going to be looked down upon by the SEC when this all becomes mainstream.
All right, that's a good way to look into it, like a different way to look into it.
It's a slippery slope to play with, that one.
Yeah, it's true.
Which part is that?
Like juggling the SEC, like you can get yourself in trouble pretty quickly, and you can unknowingly get your community in trouble pretty quickly if you're not, front loading the thinking of that, which it seems you guys are well and truly thinking that far ahead to avoid those things.
Oh, okay, I got you. I thought there were issues with like giving stuff away. And I was like, at the end of the day, it's just an NFT that you can still trade, but while you're holding it, it's going to give you access to some of these cool events. And that stuff's going to change as time goes on too. And we're always open to recommendations from the community. We want this to be a group effort more than us just like saying, here, this is what we're going to do.
I like that. And it reminds me of something that Crypto Monkeys does. They kind of have this thing where they'll do a raffle, and they'll choose about 300 people who are holding the llama card in their wallet will get, an exclusive card of theirs, an exclusive NFT or some sort of prize of some sort. I like that. Sometimes I'll open up my wallet and I'll see, new Crypto Monkeys in there, just because they just, did some sort of giveaway. And it's always nice to see. It makes me feel like I want to stick with them and keep collecting their stuff. And if you guys are, planning on doing the same thing, I feel like it would be a really positive thing. Phase 5. Going forward, airdrop of a new exclusive NFT for mini BRiX holders. Project investment for NFT utility. So you will be having some sort of NFT utility in the future.
Yeah, I think the idea with that is, you know, some of the things I've seen around the space is, you know, like blending. That's a sweet mechanic to be able to do stuff with blending or breeding. You know, you combine two NFTs and boom, out comes another one. If some of this stuff is available on the Terra network, we're going to pursue it because I really like those types of mechanics. So, you know, as a holder, we might just airdrop a nice little BRiX pet for you, or you know, things that like that as we think them up. Right now, it's so early. You know, the sky's the limit. So, you know, but those are some of the ideas that we have.
No, I really like that. I think it's important to kind of like, you know, this way everybody gets a reward, not only just the OG people, which I'm not gonna lie, I like that because you know me and Ben are OG. But also anybody just kind of holding like a holder of the mini BRiX, you know, you have it in your wallet. There's a chance that you can get rewarded just by kind of having it there.
Right.
Yeah, I like that you're kind of putting the foundations in first too. You're not trying to get too far ahead of yourself where promising all that stuff, you know, up front and then trying to scramble. It seems like it's going to evolve pretty organically where you'll get to that stuff when you can work out, you know, what the chain and everything else is actually capable of.
Now, if you guys, I kind of just always, I became a talker, which is weird because I've always been quite shy, and now I'm just like blah. So if you guys want to say anything, like please feel free to be like, oh, hold on. So do you guys have anything more to say before I say what I have to say next, which I probably forgot?
I mean, I just do want to say that I see a lot of NFT projects going in a specific direction. I'm not going to go into any specifics, but I see a lot of gamification going on, and we're not saying that we're going to make a game, but we're not going to say that we're going to rule it out either. We have the ability to get the developers to build us a game. We already know them. We already know we have another community that we work very closely with that are already using them to build a game. So if that game turns out, you know, amazing, don't be surprised if all of a sudden you hear us talking gamification after Mint sellout.
Yeah. Right. That sounds cool.
It's starting off a pure NFT project though.
Correct.
Yes.
Pure PFP. Yep. But and we put Luna too, just kind of get away from those fees, but we still don't know what some of the capabilities are of that chain. We're still seeking out some of those answers, but really the first step is just to get this community built, make it a fun place to be, and then look forward to that first mint. And then from there, you know, depending on success of the community is really going to be what determines what we're able to do.
And I like how you have it kind of like, you know, if you know somebody really cool, bring them in. I brought in everybody who I know who's a good person, who's fun. Like I'm in the server now, and it's a good time. We're all joking around. We all know each other. Like if somebody new comes in, they would be welcomed and into kind of like a very friendly atmosphere. And that's important because you don't want to just go somewhere where there's just nonstop hype and people just like talking for the sake of talking. I don't like that. I don't like places that make you kind of make you be active just for the sake of being active. Like if you want to talk. If you don't want to talk and you want to lurk. You know, the whole point of the project is the project itself, and you know, being a collector. So you're not forcing anybody to kind of do that stuff, and that's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, all right. So what I wanted to say before, your artists. So we got some teases in your Discord, and they were awesome. And you know, a lot of the time, I'm not gonna lie, the generative art is something that I have been like, I'll take it or leave it. Like, I hate punks, but I like Roman punks because they have more to them and they actually have distinguishable kind of artistic looks that is more than just like a face looking one way. You know, when I look at the art involved in the BRiX, it's cool, like it's colorful, it's a whole bunch of different kind of things put together. So I appreciate that in a project where, like, if you have something that offers a utility, why not make it pretty as well, you know? And you guys do that. And like has been some teaser pictures out, and they're so cool. Like I just want to keep seeing more and more of them. And you actually asking the people in the Discord, what do you want to see? And that's awesome. Like, you know I mentioned my weird skin blanket thing.
It's in there.
It's in there?
It's in the list. Yeah, we have a list of probably over 120 different traits right now, and our artist is just pumping them out one by one, and every once in a while he teases us with one. So that's what we're sending out on the general Discord, is when he teases us with those, we're like, oh yeah, we got to share this.
That's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. Like who else would be like, who else would do that for somebody? I don't know. I'm verklempt. Speak amongst yourselves. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm excited. I know it's something you guys just started, and I wanted to get you guys on here. I wanted to have people hear about you. You know, you have a roadmap up. You just put your Discord out yesterday. You know, I feel like everything is moving along. I know you guys, like you're not just somebody I dealt with every now and again. Like Colosimo, I've done stuff with him in the past. We would talk on the phone for a long time. Teddy, you're known and loved by so many. Like you're like another cheese. You're everywhere. You know, you got your little toes stuck everywhere. And I'm so excited about this and what is to come of it. I know it's so new and it's hard to really kind of get into it too deep without knowing exactly the details and dimensions and whatever. But I'm glad you guys were able to come on and talk as much as you were able to. Like, if you have any other thing that you want to say, like, is there anybody that's kind of helping you that's in the area, the arena right now, that you would like to like kind of give a shout out to? Like any
Wink is doing our artwork and he is absolutely crushing it. The rest of the people that are helping us out are completely behind the scenes and you will never know who they are. It's just a mystery.
Whoa.
But I'll put it this way. These guys are freaking awesome. And if it wasn't for them, Teddy and I wouldn't be able to do this.
Okay.
That's kind of like the UDU where we have Finn and Bok and, you know, Nubex and all those guys that do all the stuff behind the scenes that kind of don't get the shine that they necessarily deserve, or maybe they're not seeking. But yeah, you can't do what you do without those people.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing though. The last time I was on the show, I had some NFTs for people. Well, I got lost in my Discord messages and did not get to send any of them out. I would like to send them to one of you guys to be able to send them to people that you feel like should get them.
All right.
So one of you or both of you, actually, if you both send me your wax accounts, I'll send you both some so you can both hand some out.
Yeah, right. If you send them to Cheese, you can look at who was holding the original Colosimo NFTs. Sorry, I've got to jump out again. I've got cockatoos trying to break into my house at the moment. I'll be back in a second.
No problem.
They harass them in the morning for some food. They're quite beautiful, but they're pretty aggressive. They were squawking through our team meeting. It was pretty hilarious.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, like send them to me. I'll go through the last YouTube and see who commented and who sent me a DM around that time, and we have
I think you owe me one.
oh, TeddyPig. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm going to
most
send you
likely.
plenty. You'll have plenty to send out. He sent me a bunch of them, and I want to make sure that people on the Wax Network get them. Because just because I'm not doing as much on the Wax Network doesn't mean that I'm not going to fulfill what I said to this guy, right? So he's created space cookies. Let me give him a little bit of a plug here, right? Since I didn't
have looked into that project a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's doing some really cool things in there, and I feel like I kind of undermined what I should have been doing for him. So that's who I'm sending you guys all of these NFTs for, and I've got a ton of them. So if you guys make sure they get into the right hands, I'll be happy to send you all of them that I've got.
Yeah, and I could do some giveaways on Twitter while also kind of like giving you guys a shout out for the BRiX site and on the Whine and Cheese channel and online and stuff like that, like 2 birds, 1 cheese.
Yeah, it works for me.
So besides this, is there anything like anything else that you're kind of interested in? Like, doesn't have to be NFT or crypto related, like any, because I know both of you have pretty interesting kind of personal stuff. I know Colosimo, you have like a farm sort of thing.
Yeah, I do. I've got a farm, a
That's
small one.
cool.
But
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
like
a few little animals here and there.
we've got almost 60 animals. My wife just informed me.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
Oh my gosh. How the heck? That's a lot of work.
we have 48 birds.
Wow.
No, 46 birds.
46 birds.
Get it right. Get it right, Colosimo.
And-
How many pigs?
And 8 pigs and 2 dogs.
Teddy's thing.
Yeah.
Teddy's pig.
Freaking piglets. Oh my God.
He's gonna come over.
I want to eat them up, and not even that in that way.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of work, but I mean, if anything was to happen, money gets real tight. We've got our animals that feed us because we fed them. All of our chickens lay eggs. 2 of our ducks right now are laying eggs. We have 8 more babies. We just bought 8 more of they're called silkies. They're a small, like a show chicken. Those make us income from selling, their babies after we've raised them, stuff like that. So it's a lot of work, but it's real rewarding. It's a different way to live life, I can tell you that.
Now, what do you guys think? You and Teddy, what do you guys think? I don't think Teddy heard what we were talking about before, but the crypto and NFTs coming to Discord and like the advertisement in fast food for chances to get crypto.
I think we were early. We've all been saying it's been coming, right? I mean, now it's finally going mainstream, and it's kind of shocking all of us, but we've been saying it was coming for years. We just are finally being proved right.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife this morning, and I was showing her like the sales that I'd made in Upland last month, and what my Upland account, the value that is now is like, it's more than 2 years of my regular salary. And we talked about that in the UUT meeting, where I can envision a situation in the not too different future, if everything continues the way it is, where my virtual property account will be worth more than my house.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of mental.
Your account's already worth twice what my house cost.
Well, you must have got a good deal then.
Yeah, I bought in 2012, bottom of the market. It was great.
Nice.
This house is worth probably 4 times that now.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested in that too, Cheese, just to piggyback off on that, like what you're saying as well. Like with the whole, we're early into the the situation with metaverses and NFTs and that sort of stuff. Yeah. Have you noticed much in your own real lives? Like I mentioned to Cheese just before, like somebody that I know from Facebook who's never had an interest or shown an interest in this is suddenly asking about the metaverse and that sort of thing.
I haven't personally.
No, not yet.
One of my friends
Not
wanted to.
I have. So look, the town that I live in has less than 4,000 people in it. Okay. I live out in the mountains of North Carolina. It's very, very, very country, right? So one of the gas stations here now has a crypto ATM in it.
Wow.
And I was standing there looking at it one day and got about 30 questions asked to me on what it was just by standing at the ATM. So it's getting out there. I live way, way out in the middle of nowhere, and it's getting here too. Come.
Underwater again. Yeah. So you haven't had anything, Teddy? There's been no bleed over from the real life to the metaverse life?
For Teddy?
No, I think it's Morecheese, right? Or are you just asking
me?
No, I was asking Teddy. Yeah, I was asking you, mate.
No, I haven't come across it. No, I'm sorry, I was.
Well, I take that as a good sign.
I need to put my blinders on because sometimes I'm like seeing what's here.
Yeah. Yeah, I take that as a good sign that we're still super early.
Yeah, I think we're super, super early. And we know just by being in this space that this is going to be the technology that's going to underlie every single aspect of life. I mean, it's a record keeping system. So, it's, our houses are going to be tied to an NFT to some degree, your license, like anything
marriage license, birth certificates.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. So, but no, I go to work. Nobody really knows anything about it. They might overhear me talk to one other guy about crypto, but I've been talking, he's my coworker and we've been talking crypto since, I jumped into it because, he didn't know anything about it before. And I'm just like, hey, check this out. So,
yeah, lucky. None of my friends.
He's really the only guy and like no one really even knows. And they're like, what's an NFT? Like, my wife still doesn't really understand what the NFTs are and what crypto is. She's just like, it's just your thing.
It's funny how we're all in that kind of situation with partners who maybe not interested but don't know. And I don't know, Teddy, you look like the freshest, youngest face, although I haven't seen Colosimo's face, so I'm kind of stretching here. But I think it's funny how we're kind of all in that, upper age limit bracket, yet this whole NFT space is the real push is going to be when, the millennials and whatever else, what's the generation that's coming up under them. It's when they, probably my son, my son's, he's about to turn 13 years old and like, he's interested in what I do with all of this kind of upland and everything else. And he was there's a program in Australia called Behind the News. It's kind of like a news show for kids. And that started talking about the metaverse. And he's like, holy crap, Dad, that's what you're doing. So,
nice.
I think that generation, they're going to be all over this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's heard that analogy of like Ready Player One. If anyone ever asked, like, what's an NFT? It's like, have you ever seen that Ready Player One? What do you think all those coins are that they're collecting to them when they're killing stuff as they're walking through a metaverse? And how do they have an apartment? How do they own anything? It's all, that's what NFTs are, and that's where this shit's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always get the blowback's always here. What if the power goes out? I mean,
right.
I've said it before. If the power goes out, we're going to be, burning fires in the hills and eating each other. So we're not going to have to worry about it too much.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my response usually too.
Yeah.
Like, well, we're going to have a lot more to worry about if the fucking power goes out and these networks just go to
solar flare or something. Yeah. Well, I don't know if we lost Colosimo or not. He dropped out there for a second.
No, I'm here. I just mute my mic.
Oh, yeah.
So I know, Teddy, you still play Upland, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Colosimo, do you play anymore or not as much?
I still have my account, and I actually just went in yesterday and bought 3 of the mini packs of the NFTs that were for sale for football.
All right, all right, all right. So I was going to ask the both of you. This is where I see Upland going. At the moment, we're preparing for the start of it. I feel like it hasn't even started yet. And that when we get to the point where enough cities are kind of minted and we have the ability to start renting apartments, selling cars, renting parking lots, doing bank transactions for Spark and whatnot, that's when it's going to start. And I feel like in maybe 2 to 3 years time, that's when it's going to happen. I feel like all of us that have pioneered and stuck with it from the beginning are going to reap these benefits.
Big time.
All right. And Colosimo, if you ever really want to get back into Upland, like you could ask Teddy. I helped him a lot with his flipping and keeping stuff that was good and selling what he should, and him and Hawaiian. I try not to pick any favorites in Udu. But I tell them all the time that him and, of course, Ben, you're like the brother dad to me, which is weird, but okay.
I've been called far worse, don't worry.
But Teddy and Hawaiian, they're like my favorite. They're my favorite people. Besides Ben, of course, are my most favorite. But I try to, whenever there's something I notice, I'll try to keep you three in the loop and kind of like try to all win together. And like, if you're ever interested, Colosimo, coming back full time, or not even full time, like part time, the door's open. You're still in Udu.
So look, I haven't given up on Upland. I've not given up on it at all. I'm just a long-term holder, right? So I'll get involved with something for a little while and I'll buy it and I'll hold it and then I'll go, okay, well, I'm done with this for a little while.
Yeah.
So I'll come back to Upland and have these packs that I just bought still sitting there while everybody's opened them, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, and I'll turn that into, 3 or 4 properties that I want. I've got stuff that I'm just sitting on and holding just because. I'll come back to it. I'm just letting it sit.
All right.
I've got a lot of stuff going on, but when I do come back, don't worry, I will come to the Udu. I will come and get my 3 properties to be a part of at least one of the nodes.
Nice. So what was your guys' take on the whole Animoca deal, if you saw it? Like, the timing of that was hilarious. Like, that Udu meeting, the team meeting that we were setting up for, like, I was in a bit of a funk. Like, for the first time, I'd started to get worried about the future of Upland because, we'd had so many failures and, there was more issues piling on top. And then suddenly we get this $18 million funding, and that's kind of completely changed, the whole back end of what's happening. Did you guys see that announcement? How did that make you feel about not just Upland, but the NFT metaverse space in general?
I didn't hear any details on it. I did hear it in passing, though, that they did get some funding. But I was definitely around for Kansas City and that fucking mess. And that, like, I had some really worrisome feelings when that was going down. It's like, well, they just announced the NFLPA partnership and now they can't even launch the first city, and here we are dicking around with it with tests for a week.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh my god, this is an absolute failure. And it's scary because we're all invested, time, money, everything. It's just so. But
if you
to
want
see
to feel better about it, you have to read into this Animoca thing. Because it pretty much, to basically like sum it up, it's a business from Hong Kong that invested this money into Upland. They're like the leader in like helping Metaverse type games. They've helped Atari, CryptoKitties, Alien Worlds. So like they're so popular. They're going to not only kind of like give them this money, but they're going to guide them. and this place is in Hong Kong, and they want to help them do international city openings.
If they bring in a Chinese market, we're all going to be set to making some big fucking dollars, I think.
Yeah, like they mean business.
That's going to be no joke.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want to buy everything like they do in real life. They're going to come in and they don't give a shit what the price is, and you're going to have these whales from China going,
true whales,
mine, and we're going to be like,
true whales. Yeah.
Yeah, who was that? There was somebody was talking about that. It might have been Uplando. Was saying he was saying like we haven't seen, or what we consider whales now is it's not whales. They'd be barely dolphins, compared to what's coming, or even compared to the Ethereum NFT market. We haven't kind of seen that kind of those kind of big speculative players come into the kind of, certainly not the wax space or, as niche as something like Upland. It hasn't happened yet, but unlikely, more than likely that's going to happen at some stage.
I think if they can scale and keep it stable.
That's the biggest thing.
The biggest thing is if they can scale up and we can have 50 cities in the United States and like 10 in China and 5 in Japan, and they just start hitting them, and then you can just travel amongst that whole entire metaverse with all those that's going to be the deal. Like that, if they can do that and keep it smooth, we're going to be the foundation to make some big money.
Yeah, and I think where Animoca steps in is they're stepping in with a backpack full of gamification. They've got all these projects on, and that's, everybody who's dived into Upland said, well, what do I do now? So once that's taken care of, we're off to the races, I think.
Which I don't know what they're talking about, because I'm nonstop treasure hunting. If that's not gamification.
Yeah, but that's been the last week. You've just been on a tear the last week. The cheese is hilarious. So all of a sudden, you're a treasure hunt fiend, and now you're doing bloody sports gambling. You're betting on the football, and
it's all right. So like you need for people who are money oriented, you have to associate what you know and what you like to what you need to learn. So I don't watch football, but I love money. I'm a trader. So what better way to find out about football than to bet on the games? And I'm doing so good. Like, I learned about the parlays, the spreads, the over-unders, and I'm just like killing it.
Cheese, I got an invite for you to a sports betting Discord.
Somebody tried to invite me already. I have a kind of hack way of betting. I wait until the third period.
No, that's fine. This is just another way for you to learn about the different ways that people bet. They get involved on all kinds of stuff. They get involved on live betting. They get involved in all different sports. They get involved in, single person bets, player props. They get involved in everything.
As long as it's free, because I'm frugal. And that's a fancy word for cheap.
Don't worry, I got you.
Then sure. Heck yeah. I'm here to learn anything and everything that will make my life easier.
Anything that makes money, right?
Hey, money makes life easier.
Alrighty, so if people have heard about the BRiX SOCiETY project and they want to get involved, how can they do so?
Right now, there's our Twitter account and the Discord. The Discord is going to be the best way of getting involved with us, really. Teddy and I are in there probably 20 hours out of the day. At least one of us is in there most of the time. You missed the OG period if you get in now, but you can get in and get involved in, the hype squad, where you share us on different social media platforms and get involved that way, and just be a part of the community. That's the best way to end up with one of our NFTs, is to be a part of the community now.
Nice. Yeah, and we're going to push this episode out as a kind of special midweek episode, so it'll go out before the weekend too. So if you're seeing or hearing this, it's not that long after we've recorded it. So get in there and check it out and get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Our biggest thing that we want everybody to know is that we're going to be community focused. We want everybody that wants to be a part of the community and is really involved in the community to be able to benefit the same way that everyone else is.
I like that. I like that. Let's all go
Teddy, did
together.
you any last words, Teddy, before Cheese wraps us up?
No, I don't have anything smart or witty to say.
Nice.
You'll love my smart and witty wrap up then.
Excellent.
She's getting good at it.
Get the hell out of here. We're done. Go. Shoo.
See ya.
Very Brooklynish.
I'm from the Bronx.
Oh, Bronx. That's it. Sorry. My mistake.
Yeah.
It's like calling a Hawaiian American.
I'm country.
Or an Australian and New Zealander, yeah.
I used to live in Hawaii. They don't like being called American. They're like, no, we're Hawaiian.
I get it. I get it. It's far away. All right. Peace. Pinkies
Later.
up. Bye.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up.
G'day, sickos. Okay, for this episode's free NFT challenge, follow the link to the BRiX Society Twitter, follow their account, and put up a tweet that tags both them and the Whine and Cheese account, and make sure you include an idea for an original BRiX character NFT. Later.
Fire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get after dry. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. People let fire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. People let fire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get after dry. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. People let fire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.